plan has gone as you had promised, my lord.
You have done well, Viceroy. When my new apprentice, Darth Vader,
levels of the Coruscant, well, you might not have even known about the Clone Wars, let alone the fall of the Republic and the rise of the Empire. Closely, but they were all controlled by a massive organization known as COMPNOR, or the Commission for the Preservation of the New Order. Palpatine liked large government and complete control over the populace. Now, COMPNOR also carried out a campaign to increase public support for the government and military, and also drummed up fear and xenophobia against aliens living in the Empire. Senate District, home of the Galactic Senate and much of the Republic's bureaucratic offices, became known as the Federal District. The Galactic Senate would continue to serve as a rubber-stamp Congress for a few more years, but the true center of power would be located at the Imperial Palace, which of course was built on the ruins of the Jedi Temple. Once the Jedi were all kicked out and massacred and their treasure either destroyed or cataloged for the Emperor's own enjoyment, the Jedi Temple was completely gutted and turned into a massive and empty hall in which the Emperor would hold court for his subjects and foreign dignitaries. The Jedi Temple also was reportedly built on top of an ancient Sith shrine, which itself was built on top of a Force nexus that it had corrupted deeply. The Academy system standardized the existing Republic education system, and now, this system wasn't perfect, of course. Corruption and personal interest. Individuals who become dictators often fear and distrust their own populace, which is why chain codes were created by Emperor Palpatine in order to keep track of everyone in the galaxy. Sort of like the equivalent of a driver's license or social security number. Major steps Palpatine took at the end of the Republic era to solidify control was the nationalization of the galactic banking system. Extremely important thing because the Republic's tax structure was never designed to support a massive military force. And as the Clone Wars dragged on into its third year, the Republic was on the verge of bankruptcy.
That negotiations are continuing with the Separatists. Peace is our objective here, not war.
Last night, President Putin flagrantly violated the Minsk peace agreements by recognizing the supposed independence of the so-called People's Republics of Donetsk and Luhansk in eastern Ukraine. In a single inflammatory speech, he denied that Ukraine had any tradition of genuine statehood, claimed that it posed a direct threat to the security of Russia, and hurled numerous other false accusations and aspersions. Soon afterwards, the Kremlin announced that Russian troops would enter the breakaway regions under the guise of peacekeepers, and Russian tanks and armored personnel carriers have since been spotted. The House denying Ukraine's legitimacy as a state and presenting its very existence as a mortal threat to Russia. Putin is establishing the pretext for a full-scale offensive. I think honourable members will struggle to understand to contemplate how in the year 2022 a national leader might calmly and deliberately plot the destruction of a peaceful neighbour.